Adaptations! Welcome to Loving the Language of Literacy. My name is Sophia Lee, and today I am discussing The Duff by Cody Keplinger, the book-to-movie adaptation. This video I'm doing today is a half-trailer review slash reaction slash discussion about my hopes slash fears slash dreams for the adaptation, so let's get started. Recently, I read the wonderful novel, The Duff by Cody Keplinger. I gave it a 5 out of 5 star rating. It was such a good novel and very emotionally impactful, surprisingly. The Duff is an acronym that stands for Designated Ugly Fat Friend. This book follows Bianca, who is her friend group's Duff. Not necessarily by the fact that she's ugly or fat, but she's just not as pretty as her friends, Jessica and Casey. She is first told this term, the Duff, by fellow classmate Wesley. Because of home troubles like her mother and father's divorce, she tries to run away from things, and by running away she goes to Wesley. This may not be the best arrangement because she develops a frenemies with benefits situation, which is obviously not the best kind you can have. Not very healthy, especially because of how it impacts her current friendships with Casey and Jessica and her overall appearance to other people. I have a full written review on my blog. I'll link it in the doobly-doo and annotate it somewhere on my face probably. Just to sum things up, there were awesome characters. Bianca would not take crap from anybody, including Wesley, most importantly. Wesley was your classic kind of jock personality that has deeper layers to himself. It was a genuine high school story. I explained this in the review that it's very hard for an author to balance a perfect high school setting because everyone loves reading books set in high school while keeping the story original, and that's definitely what Cody Keplinger did in this novel. Most importantly, in my opinion, there was no censorship. They dropped a few F-bombs, but the best part was that she didn't make a huge deal about it. They weren't told a throwaway term, they were there for a reason. That's what I love, is that when you can utilize them to their full extent of power, instead of just throwing them around everywhere. Most importantly, I liked how this book dealt with slut-shaming and being yourself and an independent person amongst a sea of people who are trying to make you different. You probably want to watch it before seeing the rest of this video, but it's definitely not a requirement because how much can you spoil a trailer? The general consensus, which I most definitely believe, is that the Duff trailer is very different from the book. My fear is that it will go completely hackneyed cliche high school story, so instead of just being set in high school, it'll be a high school story where the unpopular girl falls for the football guy, and there's a mean girl, and there's the friends, and oh my god, just even the way the trailer is set up, I can tell you for sure I hate that trailer. I hate it so much. I feel like it doesn't embody what the Duff meant to me, and the book gave me such emotional resonance, and I'm so afraid that that won't show up across camera. Belle Thorne is a prominent part of the trailer. The whole point of hearing about the Duff was that I heard that it had Belle Thorne in it, which is kind of insane because, first of all, her character is not an actual one in the book. And second of all, she does not play Bianca, so why the heck is she a main character? She seems to be the one narrating it and kind of laying down the format for how the rest of the trailer will go. I have no idea if she's a main character or if that's just what she appeared to be as the chief mean girl of the movie, but I most definitely did not like her role, and I think because there are no big name stars in the movie that they kind of need a star. I mean, Belle Thorne was on Disney Channel, she does some music, she dances, she has a book that just came out, which I will not be reading anytime soon. I think it's going to be a very different movie than what the novel set out to be. Bianca is told about the term the Duff from Wesley at a party. She throws, I think, water on him. It was in a red Solo cup, but in the book it was cherry cola, which was not that big of a deal, but still, every little difference counts when you're devoted to the book. Later, she confronts her friends, which does not actually happen until a lot later in the book under much different circumstances. She confronts her friends and why she wasn't being told that she was their Duff. Of course, they've never heard of the term the Duff before, which takes them aback a little bit. Because of this, Bianca goes to Wesley and asks him to help transform her into a non-Duffish kind of person in exchange for her helping him with science. This is totally different than from the book, especially because Wesley was actually a very good speaker as well as a good writer, and I have a feeling he's going to be totally dumb and stupid in the movie, which I'm going to hate. Again, the settings of the story were different. Of course, high school was high school. They really can't mess it up. Down to the very instance of where Bianca threw her whatever drink she was drinking onto Wesley. It looked like at a friend's house, like the classic high school party all parents dread. But whereas in the book, their hangout place is the Nest, which is a nightclub for people under 21, so they can actually drink. And another part of the story, not a huge one, is that Bianca vents to the bartender. But he's really nice, and they all say that bartenders are kind of the resident psychologists, and they just talk together, have really good banter, so I'm gonna miss that. I have a feeling, I don't know why, but I have a feeling they aren't going to introduce Bianca's parents' divorce into the story and her dad's alcoholism, because that would just be incredible if they did, because it goes into so many new borders that YA book-to-movie adaptation haven't gone in. On top of that, I'm pretty much 100% sure that they aren't going to have the enemies and benefits relationship they do in the book, because they obviously can't do that for a PG-13 audience. They can, considering what they have out in the theaters nowadays, but for their market and their target audience, I'm pretty sure they can't, especially because the volume of sex Bianca and Wesley have in the book is actually quite a lot, and it's like, okay, I did not need to read about that again and again and again. This is a really random quick comment, but Bianca looks so much like Cody Keplinger, like identical. When I looked at the back of the book and I saw the author picture, she looks almost identical to Keplinger, which was, I think, on purpose, because Keplinger, she's an awesome author, but she's not the classic beauty, so that would be good to base off of her for the role of the Duff. For Jessica and Casey, oh my gosh, they look like they're 30 and supermodels, which I suppose is the point, but they look way too old for their characters. And then there's that really cool Asian guy. I'm getting the vibe from him that he's a kind of a guidance counselor to help fill in holes both comedically and plot-wise their need because of all the things they've taken out in the book. But he seems awesome as a character. I can't wait to see who he is. He's even nameless on the IMDb, so we'll just have to see what his role is. That's pretty much it. Tell me in the comments below what you thought. Have you read the book? Have you seen the trailer? Are you looking forward to the movie? Do you think it'll be the next TFIOS in terms of the craze surrounding it? Do you think it'll go downhill because of all the cliche things that appeared to happen in the trailer? Or do you think that we'll retain the good feelings and positivity that the Duff contained? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time. Keep calm, read on, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!